Hi, welcome back to Small Talk Queens. I'm Megan.
I'm Kelly.
I think it's episode 47, but we didn't check ahead of time, so, hey. And we apologize. So we're late. Like, you got the episode last week. I posted it one night. Been a little drinking. So I have to apologize to my sister. I already apologized to her on the side. But the last episode, I totally gaslighted her because she was, in fact, taking us to the airport. And she did, in fact, change her hair appointment to do so. But Joe and I were on a top secret trip. We'll call this episode The Surprise. So we were surprising a friend for his birthday, which I'll get back to in a minute. But I mean, it was so top secret that like nobody knew. Like, you knew. I told my parents and like one friend who like two friends who like have no involvement like with our other friends. So like there was no way we're not going to let this out. Like there was no way to disrupt this surprise. So when she said about the airport, I was like I stroked out because. Anyway,
and I didn't recover well.
You're fine. We talked about it afterwards. So the surprise was that my husband and I, in fact, went to Germany for Oktoberfest to surprise our friend. Überraschung. It means surprise. It took me like fucking 6 weeks to learn. Überraschung. Took me like 5 weeks, 6 weeks to learn how to say surprise. I got Guten Morgen, good morning. Guten Abend, good evening.
Bathroom.
There's another one. No, I didn't learn bathroom. Toilette. Toiletta or toilet, it's all, or WC. So we're all on the same page.
The water
there.
closet.
Yes. So anyway, so we I didn't have earrings. I have earrings in. So we surprised our friend, and
pulled it off.
And we pulled it off. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Totally surprised.
The trip or pulling the surprise off.
We pulled off the surprise totally well. The rest of the trip, there were some iffy moments. I'll get to that. But the surprise was fucking epic. It was fucking epic. So the background was our friend was turning 50 and was traveling to...
Oh my God, I told somebody it was 40.
Whoa. He might look 40-ish. Our friend was turning 50 and was traveling to Germany for his birthday. Another friend decided to go along with him. And then that friend was like, hey, we have tickets to Oktoberfest and we don't even drink beer. You and Joe drink beer. What do you think about coming with us? And this was the end of August, Like I was like, oh yeah, I'll just check my schedule and see if we can fly to Munich for the weekend, And I hung up the phone, and there's Joe like scrolling through his phone, looking at the dates. And I'm like, are you serious? And so we talked about it, and so we were supposed to go because Joe turned 50 earlier this year, back in March, and we were supposed to go away. The plan was we were going to go to New Orleans for his birthday because he had never been. But then because of my back, like we knew like at Christmas time we weren't going to be able to travel. So that was off the table. And then we fast forward and Joe won tickets, all expense paid trip for two to Clearwater, Florida, for Philadelphia Phillies baseball. For those of you that don't live around here and aren't sure what we're talking about, for Phillies baseball preseason training, for the training camp. And we had to give that away to somebody else. So like Joe kind of got screwed out of his like any kind of big like 50th birthday celebration going away kind of thing, and he was like, well, like let's do it, like why not, like it's a once in a lifetime kind of thing, let's see what the cost is. And we didn't go for a fucking week, we went for a week. I mean, we're not going to just go for the weekend. We went for a week, and it started out great. It went full on traumatic, a little PTSD. And then it went great again. And then we came home sick. So then there was that. Like, I was kind of fighting sickness the whole time. Like, we got off the plane in Germany, and I felt like shit. And I thought, well, it's because I'm sleep deprived. Probably because I'd had a couple drinks at the airport. And then a couple of drinks on the plane. So I could just go fast to sleep, which I did a little bit, but not enough. So I got off the plane. I was, like, exhausted. And then we got to the hotel. I'm like, I just have to fucking lay down for a little while. It was also a holiday there, like they're like our Independence Day, but whatever, I forget what they call it. So everything was closed. I mean, the restaurants were open, and Oktoberfest was open. The day we left, October 3rd is a big German holiday. Like we got to the hotel and she's like, everything's closed. Like bars and restaurants are open, but other than that, like if you need to go to the grocery store, it's not open, which was fine. So I lay down for a little while. We went out to dinner to this building that was built in like the fucking 1500s or 1600s. It was a really cool building. This little beer garden thing, and it rained like half of our trip. I can't even.
The rain is following you.
I love the rain. I love the
rain.
rain.
We're in a drought, and
when I'm home, right. It has not. We're still in a fucking. We got home and I looked around. I'm like, well, clearly it hasn't fucking rained here. All the fucking lawns are still brown. Everything's fucking brown. But it rained, so it poured the entire time we were in Cape Cod, and then it fucking poured while we were in Germany.
Not the whole time.
Not the whole time, but it started raining that night, that Thursday night that we were there, and I just like I had to go to bed. I'm like, we have to go to bed. Like we have Oktoberfest the next day, right? Oh, yeah. Which I had joked. I said this is. So we didn't meet up with our friends till Saturday. So they were traveling all over Germany, and we're not getting to Munich until Saturday. So we had like all day Friday and all day Saturday until we were meeting them that night for dinner to surprise our friend. So Friday, it's like, okay, Thursday, it was like, okay, let's go to bed. We have a full day tomorrow. We're going to spend the day at Oktoberfest. And like, I'm like, this is the marathon I've been training for my whole life.
Did you hear that?
I marathon. Like dropped and burned at this fucking marathon. Like there was no like, so the plan, because everything starts with a good, solid plan.
Wait a minute. What? So this was a beer fest as opposed to Oktoberfest.
This is the Oktoberfest.
Okay, so
that all the other states and all the other bars and all the other places do shit. Okay. This is the Oktoberfest. Okay. And it came from originally a wedding, I believe, between two people like way long ago, and it's like on the same grounds I think where they had it. The fascinating thing is it's like Hershey Park. It's like an amusement park. Like it has rides, it has all these buildings, it has fucking plumbing. They build it a month before Oktoberfest starts. They build it all up, and then afterwards they fucking tear it down again. And then the next year, it's amazing that they. So I'm still like so perplexed by it.
Is Oktoberfest 2 weeks long?
Oktoberfest is 2 weeks long. So it's free to get in, and then once you're there, like you just travel around. So here was our plan. We had a solid plan, missing one very important detail. When you go into something like this, you should always have a plan in case you get separated.
Just like when you have little kids.
If you have a child, right? Just in case you get separated, you should have a plan.
And did you have your ID on you in case you couldn't talk at some point, so they knew your name?
I mean, I could fucking talk. So the plan was, we're gonna get up, we're gonna get there right when they open at 10 a.m. We're gonna until 10:30 p.m. We're not there until 10:30 p.m. Get there at 10 a.m. when they open. Folks. And we're going to have a tent that serves breakfast and coffee. So we had nothing to eat before we left. We each had 1 cup of coffee in the hotel, like instant coffee that they provided for us.
Were you going to drink beer and eat breakfast?
We were going to not drink beer right away. We were going to go have breakfast and have coffee and like, go around, walk around, get the lay of the land, like see Oktoberfest. That was the plan. Leave the hotel, get on the train. The train was right next to our hotel. Easy peasy. Took us right to like a block away. Got off the train, but it's pouring fucking rain, and it's like 45 degrees. Got my dirndl on. I contemplated wearing like leggings. I took along leggings like just in case, but I'm like, that's not gonna look cute. Like I'm not doing that. Well, everybody else had leggings or pantyhose had made a comeback. Some of the girls had really cute like lacy looking ones on that were like old fashioned looking. Oh. Then you had like the fucking nude hose. I was like, whoa, right? Hose. Whoa. And other girls straight up had on like fucking like boots and leggings and shit. And here I am with no socks.
Did they have the dirndl on?
Yeah. Oh, everybody in Munich had them on. People in our hotel, everybody had them on. Everybody, it's a Munich thing only, not like all of Germany, just Munich. Oh. It was explained to us. And everybody wore them. Like everybody had them on. Like just walk. It was very normal. Everybody had them on. So we have ours on. Joe's got on his lederhosen, his fucking leather lederhosen. I have on my dirndl. Thank God we took our rain jackets.
He has his hat on.
We had like a suede leather hat on with a feather. That poor feather was just like squished. It's just fucking demolished, right? Yeah. So
wet feather.
So we stand in line in the pouring down rain in like 40. I think it's like 42 degrees. The high of that day was like 45. It's like 42 degrees. Bare legs, no socks on with Mary Jane. I looked at my feet and legs like splattered with like mud and shit. It just was so gross. I was like filthy. I took a napkin to it as soon as I got someplace to sit down. But even then, I'm like scrubbing it. I'm like, okay, fuck it. It's fine. I'm dirty. It's fine. So we stand in line for 40 minutes because we're thinking like, I guess we thought we could just get in, but like the tents themselves wouldn't open. The festival itself would not open till 10. So we got there and stood in line in the rain, in the cold for 40 minutes with the fucking people in front of us smoking. Everyone fucking smokes. The fucking World Health Organization needs to get the fuck over to Germany and let everybody there know.
Smoking
kills.
Cancer.
Smoking kills. And I said to Joe, I said, and I used to fucking smoke. And here I am like the whole fucking time. Like, oh my God, the love of Christ. And the fucking weed donkey too. I mean, it was so awful. It's so awful. And I was like...
Did they see you doing this?
Yeah, I didn't fucking care. I was like, well, if I didn't have fucking lung cancer before, I'm going to fucking have it now from secondhand smoke from all these fucking people. I mean, it was
Oh, my.
But it wasn't just... I mean, it was like... It wasn't just the Germans. It was like all the Europeans, all of the people from Asia, everyone fucking smoked. You could smoke at the fucking airport. We got at the fucking airport in Munich, and I was like, Jesus Christ, you could... What the fuck? You're allowed to smoke in here?
Well, so, that's why they still have the signs in the airplane, no smoking allowed, because...
Right, people fucking do it. How would you know? So the airport... I'm going to get back to Oktoberfest. The airport, like, how they have, like, the little restaurants all dispersed. So you can't just, like, sit there at your seat, like, waiting for your plane, like, having a smoke. But the restaurants you could smoke at, because, like, billowing out. Like, walking through, I'm like... And then they have little smoking labs. They're one was called like a Camel smoking lab. I'm like, Camel, which took me a minute. Like, oh, Camel cigarettes, the brand Camel. You could go. It's like a little like glassed-in closet. You go in there and have a little puff.
Did they call it a lab?
Sorry, no. Not a lab.
Closet.
No, not fuck. Like where you go and they have them, you can like relax and have drinks and stuff. Lounge. I knew it started with an L. Hello. Started with an L. Sounds like. Anyway, okay. So everybody smoked, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So we're in line for Oktoberfest. Cold, wet. We've been standing there 40 minutes. We finally get allowed in. And it's pouring and we're fucking cold. So we
didn't have an umbrella?
It's thousands of people. You didn't see with a fucking umbrella. I had my raincoat on, my hood on. Joe had his hood up, I think, with his hat. I don't remember. So we go into the first, and they say tents. They're not really. They're actual structures with electricity and running water. They're
they look
buildings.
like little Tudor houses.
They're buildings. Some are huge. We go into the first big one. I think it was the Pauliner, however you pronounce it. I don't even know. Look. We go in and we fucking find a seat and we sit down and we're cold and I'm just trying to like warm up.
Do they have heat in those?
Well, not a lot of heat on in there, no. But I knew like everything I read said like thousands of people show up and then it gets hot.
Yeah, the body heat.
But in the meantime, like we're sitting there wet and cold. So the lady comes over, the server comes over, in her little outfit and everything, and can I get you something? And, do you have coffee? And she looked at me like I had 10 heads. She's like, no, we don't have coffee. Okay, so I'm looking at the menu, and so she's like waiting for us, and I'm like, take a liter of beer at 10 a.m. She brings, so we're sharing.
They don't have coffee there in the morning.
There were specific tents that had coffee and that were serving breakfast,
and you did not pick that.
Well, we didn't know we were going to have to find it. Was the whole thing like it's not? I mean, you could get a map. We didn't have a map. They were giving out maps. I don't know where you could get the map from. I saw people with maps on Sunday when we went back and had a much better, different experience. So we have a liter of beer and we're sharing, and we got a soft pretzel that was like this big. And I will say,
as big as your head.
It was bigger than my head. I was very excited for the Bavarian pretzels. I'm like a soft pretzel whore.
They're known for the pretzels.
I love a soft pretzel. It sucked. It sucked.
It's not a soft pretzel.
It's hard and dry and cold.
Do you think it was stale?
Like they were like this at all the restaurants. So like when we'd order food, and it's like it comes with like Bavarian bread. The Bavarian bread was a pretzel. So they were usually well salted, which I appreciate. But it was just, it's not like the soft pretzels that we have here, like in Philadelphia,
right,
where it's like they're warm and soft and delicious, and you want to have like 6.
Like those ones we had at the Bruce concert?
Yes, nothing like that deliciousness. This was, I mean, you could like thump it off the table. Like hard on the outside.
Wow.
And you would think soft on the inside. Hang on, I forgot about this. Hang on, one second.
I get pumpkin spice.
It is my one and only pumpkin spice latte, which she brought me. Hang on.
I'm not responsible for any gastrointestinal issues.
It's fucking good. My one and only. Yeah, I should be fine till we finish the show. Then I'm probably not leaving the house. Anyway, so we go about the day. These 2 gentlemen from Amsterdam came and sat with us. They're very friendly. They didn't speak a ton of English, but we're talking a little bit with them. And we're in, so it's like picnic tables essentially, but we're in an end one, like at the end of the row. So it's like a booth. Like the back part, like it's like walled in. Where other ones, you could like slide in and out easier, get up and down, whatever. So they come and sit down, and then...
With you?
Yeah, the tables are set for 8 to 10, depending on the size of the table. And you are supposed, if someone, and we were not in a reserved section, we were in an open section. And if somebody asks to sit down, you are supposed to let them according to, like it's all very friendly, and you're supposed to let them. And these were not reserved, the reserved seating was on the other side. So
let me interrupt you here.
Yes.
I know that Epcot Center at Disney World is nothing like the real Europe or these cities that they have. But when we go, because we like Germany when we're in Epcot, we go to eat the big German buffet or whatever the hell it's called.
It's tasty.
The Wiener Schnitzel. You sit with a big group of people. I mean, it is authentic food and authentic. Yeah. I'm like, what? I have 2 little kids.
The beer gardens that we went to elsewhere.
Why are we sitting with a group of people?
The beer gardens, like you sit elsewhere, like unless you're at a table for 2, we shared sitting with other people.
Yeah,
People always ask.
Yeah, John's not really happy.
I used to not be okay with that. And in the United States, I'm not a big fan of it. But there it's, first of all, it's expected.
Right.
And everyone's friendly. Like, I mean, we didn't have any problems. So I didn't tell you all this. Oh, you're in for a treat here. So we have a woman come by and she asks, can they join us? It looks like 4 of them. There's already 4 of us at the table. The tables seat 8 to 10, depending on the size of the table and the size of the people. Sure. There's 5 of them. So now we're at 9, and it's 4 on my side and 5 on. So poor Joe is like squeezed off the end.
Oh no!
So up until this point, we shared a giant pretzel. We had a liter or 2 of beer. I don't even know. And we had gotten, because we thought we're gonna just kind of graze throughout the day. We're not gonna eat a ton right now. We just should have fucking like laid into it first thing in the morning. But we had like a little platter of like, it had like some radishes and it had
that's not filling your
couple
stomach.
of pieces of cheese and a couple pieces of meat. And it was like a snack board. And it was very, very, the cheese there, mother of Christ. The cheese is so good. I mean, the cheese is just amazing. Pretzel sucked, that's fine. The cheese was good.
Was it goat cheese?
It was all kinds of different cheese. It was amazing. So we didn't have much to eat, is my point here. So we had the plan of going and having breakfast and doing the whole thing and taking the day to like walk around, get the lay of the land and visit all the... No. We sat at one fucking table for like 6 hours drinking beer and eating next to nothing. And we were sharing beers, but then we wanted to each have our own for a picture. So we each ordered one. It's all downhill from there. So at a certain time, like 4 or 4:30, at certain times they kick you out of the tent to allow other people in. So they clear out the tent, they do a quick cleanup, I guess, and then because other people are waiting to come in.
They're very efficient.
Because it reaches a maximum number. And there's music playing. It was awesome. Like the German music, it was...
But while you're sitting there drinking, why didn't you order some food?
We got drinking. We're talking to the... Okay, this is what I didn't tell you about. So we're talking to people with us. So this guy sitting next to Joe, he's like in his 20s. It was his parents and his father's college roommate and his wife. And the guy is a fucking Philadelphia Eagle, the kid, he's in his 20s, the Philadelphia Eagles fan. He loves the Kelseys and watches their podcast. And I'm like, Jason lives a mile from me. I shit you not. So he was very excited. He was very excited that we lived in Philadelphia.
So you're like a celebrity
and
to him.
He's an Eagles fan. So he and Joe were talking football. And the father's having conversation with me and asking if we tried the white sausage yet, which we hadn't. And I got a whole explanation about the white sausage that you get. And it comes in like a big soup tureen thing. And you have to peel the casing off, but you're only supposed to eat it before noon.
Why?
So we didn't have... I don't know. It's kind of like when you go to Italy, you're not supposed to have a cappuccino after 12 o'clock. I don't know. If I asked why, I don't remember the answer. But so he was... Odd. I mean, he reminded me of like Mr. Weasley from the Harry Potter movies. Like always want to hear about the Muggles. Like he wanted to hear about like the U.S. and like asking questions. And
the father or the son?
The father. The son the son spoke perfect English and was having a full-on conversation with Joe about football and other stuff. And then they were talking about... European football.
Right.
So there was a lot of... They were talking sports, and the father's talking to me. There's a band above us playing, and like there's a bit of a language barrier. So I'm like, come again. So a couple times the son had to interfere and intercede and like give me what the father was saying.
What was the mom doing?
Sitting there quietly. You couldn't... Like there wasn't a lot of like across the table conversation.
Because you
like,
can't be heard.
The kid and I was right across from me, but the father next... Yeah, like there wasn't a lot of diagonal conversation. So,
did you exchange email addresses?
Joe had the number of the guy. I think he deleted it, but he had the number of... I think the guy's name was like whatever Philadelphia Eagles fan, German, something like, we'll say like David German Eagles fan or whatever. However it was in Joe, so I don't know. Look, and then Joe ran into the father at the train station later. Like, I can only imagine. Anyway, so we're gonna fast forward here until many hours later. We'd shared another soft pretzel at one point, and then that's all we'd eaten. And we left the tent, we were in another tent, and then we were walking around a little bit. There's a little hiatus in the rain, and I had to go to the bathroom, and I went into a tent to go to the bathroom, and they count off people, and so I guess I was the last one, and the line got stopped, and Joe got stopped. So Joe did not come in behind me. I went to the bathroom, I went out a different exit, and then I was lost for like 3.5 hours.
But it wasn't that big. Like, you come out...
Kelly, the buildings are huge. I came out, and I couldn't
get the toilet building.
Well, first of all, inside... some of these tents hold 6,000 people.
Okay, but not the toilet.
So till I walked across the tent and found the toilet.
Oh.
And then was trying to look around and figure out where the fuck did I come in at. And I went out a different door and was just like, fuck, I'm lost. And I'm like, maybe Joe moved. So I'm texting, where are you? He's like, well, I am where I was. I haven't moved. And I'm like, well, I don't know where you were. And so we're texting, and I'm just sort of wandering around, and I'm in like a whole new location. Like, I've gone out like on the other side, and I'm like, fucking lost. I'm lost. I'm a grown-ass adult. I can find him. I'm a fast forward. It starts raining, then it gets dark. And 3.5 hours of this, and I'm crying. I'm sitting down crying.
Did anybody come to help you?
Joe's phone had died, and so there was no more, back and forth. It died early into this. Like, I'm lost. Okay, I'm standing here. Okay, and then it was radio silence on his end. So now I am panicking because I'm like, well, where is he? And did something happen to him? And why isn't he answering? And why isn't he texting? What the fuck is going on? And I'm in a panic. I went to a security guard. And they were kind of like, well, what do you need? Like, what can I'm like, I'm lost. And he just like looks at me like, oh.
Did he know English?
He knew some English, but it was like, what do you want me to do about it?
Right.
Like, you're lost from your people. Like, what do you want to do?
And there are 50,000 people.
Right. So then I just sat down the side of a ride that wasn't running because it was raining. And I'm a raincoat. I just fucking cried. I just sat there and fucking cried because like I was so
frustrated,
worried about him and frustrated, and I just was like you don't think that at 47 years old you're gonna get fucking lost, and I was fucking lost. So Joe went back to the entrance where we came in.
Smart.
I didn't think about going to the entrance. I couldn't find the entrance. I just was like...
You were too busy crying.
I was wandering around, and I got more and more lost, and like deeper and deeper into the festival, as opposed to back out to the end where he was. And then I just said, I can only imagine what I look like. I hope they got a video of me. Like, look at this fucking dumb girl in a journal sitting here having a fucking cry with her raincoat on. Like, I can't even. I was I was scared, which was the problem. Because I was like, and not scared I wasn't scared for me. I was scared because I didn't know what happened to him.
Right.
And I knew that he was going to be looking for me. And I'm like, why isn't he answering? Why isn't he texting? What happened to him? I thought something happened to him. So I was very upset.
Phone ran out of batteries.
And I look back at the messages. I'm like, where the fuck are you? What is going on? What the fuck is... I was like... Because I was so upset. I was so upset.
That's not hostile or anything.
I was just upset about the situation. And I was... Whatever. Look, I don't know how to say it without saying fuck. So I'm like, what the fuck? So finally, my phone rings. I'm like, oh my God. Like, where are you? He's like, I'm back at the hotel. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, get on the train and come back. So now I'm pissed because he left me there, right? But in the meantime, I had texted him and I'm like, look, if I don't hear from you, I'm just going to go back to the hotel. I'll just meet you back at the hotel because I don't know, like, and I had the train ticket. Not that it matters because I also found out, like, everyone just gets on the train and there's no checking of, like, the subway or the train. And they say, like, if you get caught, it's a $60, like, fine or whatever. But I didn't see the only people I saw buy train tickets were foreigners like us, every day looking at the thing to figure out and put the money in, whatever. Like, so I had the train ticket in my purse. The best part of this, though, too, is that I had bought mobile chargers that we charged up to take with us before we left.
Clearly they weren't with you.
I had mine in my purse, which I plugged into my phone when it was 28%, and I was sitting there crying. But the other one was back at the hotel because Joe had worn like one of those like money belt things like that you put under your shirt. Yeah. And I guess we never thought we would be separated. So I'm like, I have one charger. It's enough for the both of us. Not enough for the both of us. And I would tell you that our phones did not get below 65% or 70% the rest of the fucking time that we were there. Of course not. I was like a lunatic. I'm like, at 70%, plug it in. I'm like, plug it in. I'm like, what do you guys think? I'm at 80. I'm like, give it some juice. I'm like, it was the rest of the time, yes.
That's something you only do once.
So he's like, go back to where we came in from and get on the train. I find the exit. I think I asked for help. I don't even remember. Like I don't even remember. Like I was just so like it's kind of like, and not from the alcohol because I was very quickly sobering up from like the stress and the anxiety. But like there's like some of it's fuzzy, probably from the alcohol, and also just from like the stress and the anxiety.
You think?
So I get outside, and I mean, mind you, also now it's dark. I mean, it's fucking dark. It's like 8:00 at night.
Oh,
now.
I might have sat and cried.
It's been dark. It's been dark. And I went out and exit. And there's not just also one exit. So I walk out.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, so I start walking towards what I think is maybe the train where we came in. And I'm like, you fucking stop right now before you get more fucking lost and you're in some fucking neighborhood and you can't get out. And I mean, they were lined up with taxis. I went over and rapped on the window, and the guy put his window down. I'm like, do you take credit card? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I hopped in, and he's like, where are you going? I gave him the name of the hotel. He's like, I don't know where that is. I'm like, hang on. So I find it in my phone.
Oh, my God.
And I can't begin to pronounce the fucking, I'm like, Carl, Weary, something. So I'm like, here. So I gave him the address, right? So I'm in the car, and
How long was the taxi ride?
It's only a few miles, but the way you have to go, it was like a half hour.
Okay.
It was like 20 minutes to a half hour. Up front in his drink holder, he's got a 40 of Polliner. I don't know if it's Polliner or Polliner. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's not a beer that I normally drink.
He's drinking and driving?
So I took a picture of it. So I don't know if it's a non-alcoholic beer or it's just a regular, like, I don't, but he's drinking it. Yes, he's drinking the beer while he's driving me. And I'm like, I can't. I just want to get home. I get into the hotel. And
I can't believe he's driving. Oh, my God.
The two ladies at the desk. Your husband's looking for you. I don't know how the fuck they know who I am. I don't know if it's because my makeup is down my face. I clearly have been crying. I mean, my makeup is
like
down
a
my
crack
face.
whore.
My eyebrows are down my face. I washed right off my face too. I'm dirty. I'm wet. I mean, I've been fucking through it, right? I've been fucking through it. I mean, I walked in and like, your husband's looking for you. I'm like, okay. I'm like, where is he? He went to the train to get you. I'm like, fucking Christ. I'm like, oh my God. So I turn around.
Did you say that out loud to them?
I think I said like, Jesus fucking Christ. Are you be fucking kidding me? Or something came out of my mouth. Turn around, back outside into the rain.
How far was the train station?
Like just down the road a little bit. You could see it, like so whatever. So I'm like going as quickly as I can, hoofing it with my cane, right? And my soaked self, my wet shoes, blisters, walking down to the train station, and I see the top of his head, and I'm like, Joe! He stops and turns and looks and comes running over, and then I'm so done. I'm so done. I just turned around and fucking stomped back to the hotel like a petulant child. I was done. Like emotionally and physically, I was done. I was so relieved to see him and see that he was okay, but I was just mad as hell. And not at him. Like it probably seemed like at him at the time, but I was just fucking mad. Like just because like the day went to shit. I mean, the day went to utter shit. And we just stomp back, go to the hotel. And I'm like looking for the key, and I'm like, ah! And Joe's looking for the key. Like, we'll give you new ones. We'll just give you new ones. Joe's like pulling the thing out. I'm going through my purse, and I'm like, just so.
They were probably like, these Americans.
We'll give you a key. We'll give you a key. So, but thank God, the hotel staff, so, because when Joe got back, he didn't even, like, try to go to I don't know if he had a room key, but he didn't even try to go to the room. He just said, he walked into the hotel, was like, can I plug my phone in? I lost my wife at Oktoberfest. My phone died, and that's why I came back. I need to call. So they let him, like, come back and plug in.
I lost
my and
wife.
They offered, do you want us to call the Oktoberfest police for you? Like,
I would have said yeah.
Well, I don't even know, and I thought of that afterwards. Like, what? Couldn't they have made on the loudspeaker?
The
like
Oktoberfest has
like
their own
Joseph
police.
Plunkett, can you please come? Like when you're at a park or the mall and you hear a kid get lost.
Like when I got lost in Kmart when I was 3.
Yes, with the parents of so and so, please. With the husband of so and so, please come. Joe's wife, can you please come to?
Joe's wife. I at least knew to go to the desk. I was with grandmom and granddad.
There was no, like, desk at Oktoberfest. I mean, there's no fucking desk. I mean, it was
But I couldn't say my name right, so they're like, what's your name? I'm like, Nicole Spicer Kelly.
Christ. My God. Wow.
And I said, it's Nicole, but I said Nicole Spicer Kelly.
How did you not go by your first name first?
I don't know, because I was upset. I was 3.
Wow.
I was like 4 years old. I was in preschool.
Well, that'll do it.
So then grandmom and granddad came up to the register
it
at
out.
Kmart.
Thank God they figured it out.
Kmart, and I was in trouble.
Right? right? I got lost and Joe was in trouble. It's like,
That's how it
yeah.
goes.
So they issued us new keys. Don't worry, no worries. They were very trying to, When we got into that hotel room, I didn't brush my teeth. I didn't do anything. I took off my fucking wet clothes and my wet shoes and put my ass into bed because we had to get up in the morning to go on a tour to Dachau, the concentration camp. We had it started at 10, so we had to be up and out. And when I tell you I was exhausted, I mean emotionally and physically, I was fucking done. So then, and then the rest of the trip.
Did you eat breakfast that morning?
I ate a little something before we left, yes. But I wasn't going there to drink at 10 o'clock. So, it didn't, I was not planning on drinking at 10 o'clock that day either. It didn't go the way I planned. The best laid plans can go to shit. They just really get, so now we have a new rule. As I was telling Aunt Bonnie this the other day when I was talking to her. When I learn a lesson in life, I like to learn it the really hard way.
Yeah.
So now we have a plan in place. Should we get lost or
what's
the rest
plan?
of it? Well, for Oktoberfest,
you have to have the phone charged.
So we each had one. We made sure they were charged. He put one in his backpack or in the thing around his neck. We each had one at all times. Excuse me. And we agreed that if it happened again, we meet at the Ferris wheel because no matter where you're at, you can look up and see this gigantic Ferris wheel and you can go to the Ferris wheel. So in case it did not happen again, but just in case. I mean, I went to the bathroom on Sunday. He kept an eye. I mean, and I came out of that bathroom and I was like, I was looking at everything on the way to the bathroom because we had to leave where I was at. Some places, the bigger tents have bathrooms inside. Other ones you have to go outside, and it's like.
Are they real bathrooms?
They are and they aren't. They're temporary bathrooms that have been put up, but they have walls and they have running water and they have flush toilets, but they're not permanent. It's odd.
Okay, good. So it's not an outhouse.
Not an outhouse. So it's glorified porta potties, I guess. I don't know. They were clean though. Anyway, so Saturday when we went to Dachau, very sobering experience. Very interesting and sad. So we were on a tour and she kept going ahead. I couldn't keep up. Okay. So at one point I just sat the fuck down. I'm like, look, I can't. I'm done. I can't walk any further.
Where was Joe?
With me. I'm like, go ahead. Just go. And I said they were going to go to where the crematorium was. And I didn't really want to go to that part anyway, even though I knew I should see it. I didn't really want to go. I'm like, you go. I'll wait here. Because it was a long way to walk to there. And then they would have to come back again. So I'm like, I'll just pick you up along the way. I'm sitting there. He got around that fucking corner and I couldn't see him. I sprinted. I was up and down that fucking gravel walkway around that fucking corner so fast. I mean, I was impressed with myself at the speed that I had.
Oh my
because
God.
I instantly, as soon as I couldn't see him, I had horrible anxiety and really bad PTSD from the day before.
I think there's medicine
so
for
I
that.
fucking hoofed it and then walked right up to him and turned around and looked at me. I was right up on him. Yeah. So we were,
dear God.
there was a lot of closeness after that and just fear of being lost. And and we're grown adults. I can't imagine, you lose a fucking kid somewhere and how fucking horrifying for 3.5 hours.
It was the worst feeling for, the 20 minutes we couldn't find Aiden on
right,
the beach.
But imagine 3.5 hours of that for a minute. Just imagine for a minute 3.5 hours of that.
It is the worst feeling.
It is really, it was terrifying.
You can't even describe the feeling.
No, it's just this, and again, and it wasn't that I couldn't find him, but that when I didn't hear back from him anymore and I couldn't get a hold of him, I didn't really,
so you
really
watched
know
too
that
many
his
movies.
phone died. I'm just what happened to him? What happened to him?
You watched too
He
many
took
movies.
the train back, saw the guy we've been sitting with at the table at the fucking earlier. The guy shook his hand, whatever. And I'm like, what did you say? He's like, I just got on the train.
He should have asked to use his phone.
I don't, right? Someone else said that. Who said that? Aunt Bonnie. Somebody else said that. I don't know that he knows my number, by heart.
Oh, yeah, because it's programmed. We don't know.
I know his by heart because I have to enter it all the time. So when I'm doing things, I put his number in. But I don't know if he knows mine. But that's something else that we need to memorize. He needs to memorize my number. That's a really good idea too. But also having to call out, calling out of your cell phone in a foreign country. You have to call out with the country code.
That's a pain in the
ass.
ass.
I had to do it one day to call about a ride service that we had on the way back from Austria. So it was really anyway. So, I just realized I don't think I put deodorant on. Shit. Well, it's warm out here. Look, sorry. It just dawned on me.
Oh my God.
It's warm out here. So anyway, then Saturday night we met our friend for dinner, and that was like
He was
our
surprised.
friend. Well, first our friends went to the wrong place. It was our friend who
There's
I
a
arranged
lot.
it with.
Seems to be a lot of this.
He went to the first restaurant we had planned to go to, and then we were sitting at the next one, and he's like, "We're in the lobby. Come out." And I'm like, I'm looking at the lobby, like we're in the bar, hiding in the corner, facing the lobby. So then I call the waiter over. I'm like, "Is there another lobby?" And he's like, "No, this is the only lobby." I'm like, "Is there another entrance?" He's like, "No, that's the only entrance." I'm like, "What in the fuck?" I'm like, "Okay." So I go. So Joe and I go outside. Joe's like walking around looking for them, and I took a picture of the front. I'm like, "So we're at the castle. This is what it looks like. Like the lit up area is where the restaurant was." And then he realized that they were at the wrong place. So the best part, so he pretends to call. So our friend's birthday, our friend George, whose birthday it was, he's like, "Well, let's just go early. Like, we'll just go to another restaurant." Michael's like, no. Like, and George is like, "The fuck? Why can't we just?" So Michael pretended to make a phone call to the restaurant, like just to like whatever. And so, like as George said, there was a lot of weird shit going on, but then it all made sense. Like when they had gotten the rental car at the beginning of the trip, and Michael was trying to fit all the luggage into the trunk of the car to assure that we could sit in the back to go to Austria. But I told him, like, if you can't, it's no big deal. We'll get the train or whatever. But he was insistent on fitting it all in, and George just like, "Why does it fucking matter? Put it in the back seat." Like,
poor George.
Michael's like, "No, it's gotta fit."
Poor George, and Michael for that matter, trying to like.
Excuse me. So yeah, I mean, it was very comical.
My God.
So it was so worth the surprise because when because Joe could, I was kind of in the corner, so Joe could see more, and he saw Michael. He's like, "Here they come, here they come." I tried to get a video quick. I'm like holding my phone, hit play quick, and watch because I wanted to watch it,
right?
Not like. And I yelled out Überraschung, which is surprise, which took me a fucking month to learn. It means surprise in German, which I verified that with the people we're sitting with at Oktoberfest the day before. Because I'm like,
before you just
well, it's
blurt
like
it out.
18 letters long. It doesn't look the way it's spelled. So I'm like, surprise. Überraschung, am I saying it right? They're like, yes. I'm like, okay.
The adventure.
Because it said Überraschung, like with an M, but it's spelled with an NG at the end. So it looks like Überraschung. It's not. Anyway. So, and the look on his face, though, he's like
trying to process, like how do I know these people?
Why is this guy in Germany, the German guy looks like Joe? Like, what's happening? So
the doppelganger.
yes. So anyway, so it was great time. Sunday we went to Oktoberfest. We had a very different experience. We went later in the day.
Oh, good. You ate before you went?
We had eaten, and as soon as we got to when Joe and I went to the first place, we ordered food immediately when we sat down, and we shared the beers. And then I went on a Ferris wheel. Can you believe a few drinks in me? And I'm like, okay, I'm game because I'm terrified of heights and closed-in spaces.
That's a huge Ferris wheel.
It was the biggest Ferris wheel I've ever been on in my life. I'll probably never do it again. But
did they tear that down too?
Everything comes down, and it's a big open lot after that. Oh. But they had little gingerbread houses, and they're closed in, right? We get on there, right? We're sitting there, and there's other people on there with us. It's not just the four of us.
They're really big into this like communal thing.
Well, yeah, but you got to fit as many people in. You can fit like 6 people or 8 people, or whatever. And there was 4 of us, another couple. There were maybe 7 or 8 of us in the Ferris wheel in the thing. So like I'm sitting there, right, and I get my gum out and I got to put it in my mouth and dropped it right down in. So I'm like, oh, and I pulled it out and put it in my mouth.
Was someone watching you?
Everybody
was watching you.
George and Michael were across from us, and there's this couple sitting next to us.
My!
They laugh like, what are you gonna do? Like my gum. I'm like, oh, put it in my mouth, chewed it. We sit down and we ordered something and it came with like sliced up radishes.
On the Ferris wheel?
No, at the tent in Oktoberfest. And I went to put one in my mouth and dropped it. I had this like radish, like right here, this like big circular right here. They're like, what the fuck is? Can you not have everything land on your chest?
Did you put a napkin in?
No, I did not. I do have it.
What do you have in your?
A tissue. Ta-da! Anyway.
Oh.
So I have a cold. I stuffed it in there earlier because I have a cold, and so it's a little cold. I'm getting over it. Anyway, so it was a much better experience, and a lot of singing and communal fun and good times. And then Monday we went to Austria for the day, which was really cool. And then Tuesday, Joe and I spent the day in Munich walking around because when we had been, trying before that, it had fucking rained. So
it didn't rain anymore while you were there.
It rained that night, but we were supposed to go out to dinner, but then when we got back after the afternoon, I was like, let's pack and then we'll go to dinner. And then Joe was like, I don't feel good. I got to lay down. And then it hit him. And then we came home Wednesday. And that was, of course, I mean, we couldn't have anything easy happen. we got to Frankfurt, and
So your flight was from where to where?
Munich to Frankfurt, Frankfurt to Philly. We get to Frankfurt, and we have to get off the plane in the middle of like the fucking airfield somewhere, whatever, like in the middle of like the wherever, like out in the parking, like way out in the whatever it's called, like
where they take off,
like like out there, right? We're like across, like away from the fucking. We're like a 7-8 minute ride from the airport.
Why did they make you get off there?
Because they couldn't get us. I don't know. It was a really big bus. We all got off the plane.
You're the only one that got off there?
All of us got off the plane, and they took all of the passengers onto the bus and dropped us at Gate A. While we're on the bus, I'm looking at there's a screen with the connections and times and everything, and we knew that our gate had changed.
Not Gate A.
It was not Gate A. It's Gate C.
Oh.
There's A, B, and C. We were at C.
Couldn't you just have the little bus drop you?
It was boarding. Our plane to Philadelphia was boarding while we were on the bus coming across the fucking tarmac.
That's the word, tarmac.
And I'm like, mother of Christ. Like, what? Like, and the fucking wee donkey, too. God damn it. So, like, Joe and I got separated on the bus. Again, so I'm like, my heart's racing.
Again?
Well, the bus is big. So, like, he went to the back and I just stood there. So I get off the bus and I get off to the side and I wait for him.
Oh, my God.
So I wait for him. Like, our fucking plane is boarding now. Like, we've got to go. Look, I can't run. I can't hustle. And my foot is chewed up from my fucking shoes from the week. So I can't, like, in the fucking Band-Aid slip. Now I got a new blister. It's a hell of a mess. So we get inside and we have to go through security and everything all over again and get from Gate A to Gate C. I'm ready to cry again. I'm like, I can't. We're going to miss our fucking plane. And we checked our carry-ons because I got an email saying the plane is full. Please check your carry-ons. So I have my makeup in my bag.
That's what I would have said.
Like, we have like nothing else. I might have had a spare toothbrush. Like, we'll fucking share it. Like, I don't know. What are we going to do?
Oh, my God.
Right? No change of clothes. No nothing. And
no clean undies.
Now we're in fucking Frankfurt for the week. So we got to go. We've got to go. Thank God for moving sidewalks.
Oh, yeah, the people movers?
Right? Oh, my God. And then I'm like, I'm hustling down it. My foot keeps slipping out of my shoe. I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, I'm sweating, right? And I'm going as fast as I can go.
On the people mover? Are you walking on the people
whole
mover?
way?
Yeah.
And so I must, from now on, it's sneakers only. I don't even care what the fuck it looks like.
I wear sneakers only in the airport.
Only. I wear Mary Jane's. Nope. Next time, I might have to wear boots and have like ankle
also
support or
because
something.
if the plane goes down, I've got sneakers on. Not that that's going to help me, but I've at least got like my feet covered. Like my flats aren't coming off.
Hang on.
I mean, the sneakers could come off too, but. And I thought somebody told me, this is probably wrong, but somebody told me a long time ago that sneakers would float. I don't know about that.
We'll try it out when your pool opens. We'll put some shoes in.
I don't think my two sneakers
we'll try
are going to keep
out.
me up.
The rubber maybe. I don't know about that. So then we have this. I'm like, you go ahead. I'll meet up with you. So every fucking time he rounded a corner, I'm like, oh my God, fucking PTSD sets in. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like fucking running. And I'm fucking sweating. I mean,
I hope somebody got a film of this.
I have on, I mean, like, I'm like,
full on
going
sweat.
as fast as I can go with my cane and I got my fucking carry-on bag that I'm carrying. Christine, thanks for that bag, by the way. It's great. Put the shoes under it. And I'm like, fucking shoes. Bring shoes with the fucking check. Because I was like heavy. So I'm cursing myself for packing my shoes in the bottom of the bag. On the way there, it was a great idea. On the way home, I'm like, I'm going to throw my fucking shoes away to make the bag lighter. I can't with this. So he would get around the corner and then I would start to like hyperventilate. And then I would get around, and then he would stop and wait for me. Like a couple times he came back and he turned around and looked, and I'm like, okay. So I wanted him to go ahead to tell him like we're coming, but also I'm like, don't fucking leave me here, fucking lose me in the Frankfurt airport.
Oh my God.
So we get there and we're like there's still people boarding, but we're the end, like we're the last ones.
Well, at least they didn't shut the gate.
And I'm just fucking sweat, just pouring. I mean, pouring every ounce of alcohol I had that week.
Because we don't perspire.
Is coming. Yeah, there's no daintiness about this. I mean, I'm on full on like fucking hog sweat. I mean, it's like fucking like a barnyard animal, right? And it's like I got a black T-shirt on. I like pulled it up, and I'm like, I don't want to fuck my eyebrows up. So I'm just, I mean, sweat is running down my glasses. So I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like just trying to like get it off of me. I mean, it was so disgusting. It was so disgusting. And when we get...
Were people looking at you on the plane?
I didn't even look. I'm sure that they were. To my advantage, everybody was sick. So maybe they were just... I mean, there wasn't a person on that plane, including Joe and I, that was not sneezing, coughing, and or both. I mean, it was really... So the guy was like, it's okay, you have time. And I'm like trying to find my fucking
Meanwhile,
passport
I'm already like...
and my phone for the
sweat.
boarding pass, like trying to show him everything. And so we go to our seats. We're like the last ones there, right? And the nice guy that's there, he's the flight attendant. And he's standing right at my seat. And here I am, just fucking sweat pouring down my arms, down my face. I'm holding my cardigan. I'm trying to like wrap my like fucking dab it on myself, which I also like dropped on the floor in the airport like 6 times. And like we got there, I'm like, our sweaters have to go in the wash. We get them. They were on the floor many times. But as I'm wiping my face with it, because at this point, like, what else am I gonna do? And he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like,
No, does it look like I'm okay?
right? I'm like, "Do I fucking I'm like, right?" I'm like, "I'm okay." And he's like,
He's probably not seen anybody sweat like that.
he's like, "Can I get you some water?" I'm like, that would be great. He's like, "Would your husband?" Yes, my husband wants some too. Yes, please, thank you, for the love of Christ. Comes back, and I just slammed it like, and it was like a little like, you know, I just fucking slammed it. I was like,
He didn't even give you a bottle.
I handed it back to him. No, I literally fucking slammed the water and gave it back to him.
God, the people watching you and
And
Joe
I had
on this trip
like
probably
cotton
have the
mouth,
best
just
stories.
like from, and we weren't drinking the day before. Like we had a couple of beers at lunch because that's what everybody does, but not like. I was just like, I sweated out every ounce of water in my body. So I'm like dry mouth and like, I'm surprised my eyes were fucking dry, right? It was, so I sit down and Joe fucking looks at me. I'm covered, I'm soaked. Thank God my clothes were black too, so you couldn't like see the wet, like how wet they were. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna have to shower when we get home." I'm like, "You fucking think? You think?" And I sat in those wet clothes for 9 hours.
Oh, God, that's the worst. Especially when they have the air blowing on you and it's cold.
I had the blanket on, a really nice blanket, so here I was with my
damn.
blanket on. And they came around, "Do you want a drink?" I'm like, "I'll have some red wine." I didn't even, but I had to have a drink. It was that or take a Xanax, so I thought I'll just have some red wine.
Did you get a meal on the plane?
2.
You did? Did you have to pay for it?
We got economy tickets, but we upgraded to economy plus for like $75 a piece. So it gets you
A meal?
a meal, it gets you free drinks like wine and beer and coffee and soda and stuff. And the seat is like this much bigger, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, are the seats bigger?
They were like an inch bigger. I don't even know. I don't know. No, not really. Because we were regular economy for the little planes. Like from here to Montreal and then like from Frankfurt to Munich. So not really. I mean,
How long was the flight from Frankfurt to Munich?
45 minutes.
Oh.
But it was late, which also then like, so we got there, it left late, we boarded late, it left late, we got there late, and then in 20 minutes we made it from A to C. And from now on, unless it's a direct flight or we have a 3-hour layover, fuck it, we're not doing it. I mean, I'll take a 6-hour layover before I take a fucking half hour, whatever that was between, I can't do that again. Nope. Then we got back to fucking Philadelphia.
Philly.
Because it's not been traumatic enough. We've not had enough traumatic experiences now.
Well, you weren't expecting anything else to happen. I mean, you got to Philly.
No,
You're like,
I mean, we're sick. I was fighting something like the whole week. Like I had taken Airborne with us, just in case, because I always take it when we travel. Like we started a couple days before we left, taking it just, so our immune system was boosted before we got on the plane.
Right.
But when we got on the plane here, like in Philadelphia, everyone's sneezing, coughing. In Canada, everyone's sneezing, coughing. Germany, everyone's, and then and literally on the plane, everyone's like, I'm like, oh
my God.
my God. Like, and I texted our friends afterwards. I'm like, look, if you weren't sick going into this, you're sick coming home.
Did you have a mask to wear on the plane?
I forgot to take our masks.
I wore a mask on the plane this summer.
Well, one, it didn't matter because I was already sick. I was like kind of coming off of it. Joe got it bad.
I mean, not even about the COVID. Like, I just didn't want to get a cold. So,
well, the first night,
this is people on the
it
plane.
didn't matter. You would have gotten it. It was all over. I mean, we went through so much hand sanitizer. I was just, yeah. But in Germany, the guy was going around. I think Canada too, maybe. I know in Germany they have people going around like cleaning the surfaces.
On the plane?
No, like in the airport. It was very nice. You don't see that in Philadelphia, that's for fucking sure. Excuse me. Where's it going?
So what happened when you landed?
So Frankfurt. So we go to the baggage claim.
Here.
Yeah. And I'm thinking like, I mean, we barely made it onto the fucking plane in Frankfurt. How the fuck did our luggage make it onto the plane in Frankfurt? Well, our luggage didn't make it on the plane in Frankfurt. Our luggage was still in Germany. After we waited an hour and a half.
So that explains it. I was trying to figure out how it didn't.
Because we barely fucking made it. Yeah, they didn't get it on the plane. So we waited an hour and a half.
I would have hit somebody.
Joe went and asked this guy if they were, and the luggage carousel broke. Like, it stopped working, and they had guys working on it. So I'm like, okay, it's going to come out. And Joe went and said, is there more luggage coming? And the guy says, yes. So after, like, a half hour of them fucking with the thing, like, they're like, down in it and shit. Like, I don't even know. Like, come out of it. And then, like, 2 more bags come out, and that's it. And none of them are ours. And then there's, like, 5 other people who also got on from Munich, as Joe ascertained from speaking with them. Their luggage was also missing, and they had also boarded for Munich.
Right, but they weren't late like you.
But it didn't matter. Like, all of us from Munich, none of our luggage
Got it.
was on the plane. None of it showed up. So Joe goes back to the guy. Is there more luggage? Oh no, sorry, your luggage is still in Germany. Okay. So they gave us a piece of paper to scan, so I scan it. So we had just bought new luggage before we left. Right? Like, right before we went to Massachusetts, went to TJ Maxx, had a bunch of gift cards for TJ Maxx and Home Goods. Bought these really nice suitcases. Okay, great. They're Samsonite, but I'm like, are they Samsonite? I'm like, and they so want to know the color and the size and what they're made out of and the brand. I'm like,
oh my God.
Right?
I don't even know.
Right? So, and we don't have a set of luggage. So, like, we took our old carry-on because it's still in good shape. It's the right size. Well, it's red. It's a red Samsonite.
How many
it's
pieces
cloth.
of luggage did you have total?
We checked 3. So we each could have checked 2, but we each checked once. We checked 3, all in my name, just because it was. You could check 2, and then they said check the carry-on,
Easier.
and I checked in first, so I just put them all in. So one's like a burgundy color, one is a creamy off-white color, and one is red. I think they're Samsonite, pretty sure, because it's usually the brand we go with. But I'm like, I mean, does it have a lock? Does it not have a lock? They want all these details. I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Oh my God.
I had bought tags and put on them, and I put our last name, my phone number, and my email address. So they say, input your name exactly as you have it on your boarding pass.
Most people put their full name.
I did put my full name. As it's shown, Spicer was changed to my middle name. So they log it in the system as the last name being Spicer, not Plunkett. I'm like, look, you fuckers. I don't even know what more I can't. If this gets fucking lost, I'm going to fucking kill somebody, right? And there's no way for me to change it. I'm like,
why did they do that?
I don't know. So we call an Uber. We get the fuck out of here.
You are not coming home all relaxed from your vacation.
No. Like we've been sleeping like 10 plus hours a night since we got home. Like just from not enough sleep there, the time change, the fucking traumatic experiences that we had, the exercise we got at the airport. So we go outside. We finally make it outside, and we call an Uber. We're waiting. Well, that fucking Uber cancels the ride.
Why'd they do that?
I don't know. So now we have to put in for another Uber.
What time of day was it?
6:00. So we're coming home at 6:00 from fucking Philadelphia Airport on a fucking Wednesday, a rush hour. Joe's like, we're never doing this again. We'll just drive. I'm like, yeah, but then you'd have to drive in it. You'd have to drive in it. So we waited like 25 minutes. Like the time is like, it's 13 minutes. It was 4 miles. He's 13 minutes away because traffic. He's 3 miles away. It's 11 minutes. He's 2 miles away. It's 12 minutes. I mean, at the time, I was like, he gets close to the time going up. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody. And everyone is standing there fucking, this woman chain smoked 3 cigarettes.
Outside.
Standing there while we're waiting in the taxi, whatever rideshare place at Philadelphia. And finally, because I've lost my patience, I'm like, that's it. Have another cancer stick. Light up another cancer stick.
Oh my God, you said that
Yes.
out loud?
Yes, out loud.
Did she look at you?
I didn't even look. I was so agitated.
Oh,
I'm
my
downhill.
God.
She literally like lit one with another one and put them out. I'm like, bitch, the plane ride was not that bad. Stop with the cigarettes. I mean, she literally just every time I looked, she had a full cigarette. And then I had to have a little meltdown because I was tired. I want to get out of my clothes.
Wait,
I want
what
to
did
shower.
you say again?
I
I'm going to hear what you said again.
Like, that's it. Light another cancer stick. That's it.
And did Joe hear you?
Oh, yeah.
Did Joe walk away from you?
He was thinking the same thing, I'm sure. I mean, it was, anyway. And then our luggage arrived. So Thursday, so I'm following it. So Thursday, okay. Well, so immediately I got the thing, like, we have your luggage. We have your luggage. We've identified your baggage. Okay. We'll let you know when it gets, like, into a carrier's hands or something like that. I'm like, okay, here we go. So Thursday, it has boarded the plane from Philadelphia, from Frankfurt or Munich, where the fuck it was, to Philadelphia. And so it'll be here at like 5 o'clock. It was 4 o'clock, and then it got delayed. It was 5 o'clock. Okay, winds, I don't know. So At 10:15 Thursday night, I get a text message and an email saying your luggage is out for delivery. Arrival time at 3:20 a.m. What the fuck?
Well, at least you didn't have to go pick it up.
Oh, you can pick. Do you want to pick it up? You can deliver it, you fuckers. You fucking lost it. You fucking deliver it. But going back to the fucking airport. No. Nope. You deliver it.
Oh my God.
Fucking hostile. I was fucking hostile. Excuse me. So it says then in the email that if it's going to arrive after 11 o'clock, they will wait and deliver it the next day.
Well, that was the next day.
Well, which is it, fuckers? Is it going to be at 3:20? Is it going to be the next day? Or is it out for delivery and it's going to be here before 11 p.m.? So we sat here and waited till 11 p.m.
Oh my God.
And we're sick. We're fucking tired. I want to go to bed. And we're just wait. So finally at 11, I'm like, fuck it. I don't care if it sits outside. We're going to fuck to bed. I can't wait up any longer. So then Friday morning, when Joe came down, I heard him go out to get the newspaper, and I heard the suitcases being wheeled in. So I'm like, okay, our luggage got here. And then I was like, oh, I wonder what time it got here. So here I'm on my phone, 5:45 Friday morning, looking to see, and now I'm wide awake, and our luggage came. And then of course I was like, I went through it to make sure that nothing
I was
missing.
gonna say,
not that there was anything in there of value.
Nobody was
but
touching your underwear.
Yeah, it was that line from Four Christmases. They were like, someone's in there touching my underwear. Nobody went through it. If you've not seen Four Christmases, I recommend
with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. You gotta
understand the line. It was Robert Duvall said that the line about the touching
the
underwear. Anyway, yeah. So planes, trains, and automobiles were back, and it was a really fun trip. And we'll just get rid of our colds. And
were there other hostilities?
I had a ton of hostilities. There were so many hostilities. Well, besides here, wait, hang on, I forgot.
Is that partly because you're in a foreign country?
Well, hang on.
And just not used to the.
Just get a little. There we go. Our witch hats. I'll put them on. There we go. There we go. To put it up a little bit. There we go. Festive. Mine purple matches my purple. I didn't get to wear them in Salem because when it wasn't raining, it was 75 degrees and a little warm for a wool hat. So anyway, to be in season.
I kind of look good in a witch's hat.
Well, so okay. Speaking of hostilities,
it sounds like
aren't they fun? You do look good in this. Speaking of hostilities that are not German for a minute, I'll get back to German hostilities. Hostile. So this weekend, I'm back into like Halloween season. Like they weren't doing anything Halloweeny in Germany. Although the temperatures, the highest it got was 70, and that was the day we went to Austria. Otherwise, it was like 45 degrees. It was fucking cold. It was beautiful, and it was fall.
That's my kind of weather.
It was fall like because fucking 80 degrees here yesterday. Fucking hostile over the weather. So now we're back like in Halloween season, right? Yay. So this weekend.
Wait, does Germany celebrate Halloween?
I don't know. If they did, there was like nothing like up for it. So like Scotland and Ireland do because it was like founded there from the
pagans,
the pagan holidays of like Beltane and whatever. Beltane, yes. No, not Beltane. The other one, yes. No, Samhain. Samhain is the one. Anyway, pagan holidays. Germany, as far as I know, does not celebrate it. Which reminds me, there's a thing that Joe saw about a Krampus thing coming up for the holiday
in Germany.
Season. No,
it's German.
Here in media. So I'm going to look into that.
Oh,
anyway,
there's a German.
Back to Krampus.
Krampus is German.
Yes. Okay. So this weekend,
I like the little.
I tune into don't bend it. I tune into like the Hallmark movies and mysteries for like a little relaxing, nice quiet mystery, kumbaya mystery, fun little mystery shows. Don't they start advertising fucking Christmas shows starting this week? I'm like, no, you fuckers, no. November 1st is fine. I love Christmas. I start Christmas November 1st because I love Halloween. October 18th is too fucking early.
That is ridiculous.
Let us get through Halloween.
That's ridiculous.
Just like at 4th of July, I'm kind of like, it's a little early for Halloween, but I'm kind of on board with it only because, like, I love Halloween.
Right,
but let us get through Halloween.
I mean, we're still celebrating the 4th of July. We're still in red, white, and blue, and, they've got the Halloween candy out, and they've got...
Right. They rush it a little bit. 2 months in advance is a little much. Like, end of August, okay, let's shell out where fall is coming, it's back to school, fine with the Halloween, for people like me who love Halloween. But starting Christmas, and trust me, I mean, like, Joe stops me from putting up decorations prior to Thanksgiving, and we bring it down, but we don't put it up. It's a process. We have a lot of stuff to put up, kind of like Halloween, so we have to like spread it out. But we're not. Other than the Christmas music and the occasional TV show, like I'm not. That doesn't. Like November 1st, it starts a little bit, but not.
So
not this
why
week.
Why is Hallmark doing it so early?
Probably because it's a religious channel and they don't believe in the pagan holiday of Halloween. Well, they used to have a Good Witch marathon. I love the Good Witch. I'm probably not familiar with the Good Witch. It's a really cute show on the Hallmark Channel. No offense to anybody.
Who's in it?
It's anti-pagan. I forget her name. Anyway. Okay, so hostilities. Okay, so there was the hostilities of the airport and the smoking, and it was really unbelievable. Oh, the other thing was great. So on our way home on
Smoking
last
like
week,
a banshee.
smoking everywhere. My TV shit out in front of me. So I get on, right, and I can't have anything that like I have to like it's going to require any kind of like serious thought, right? So I put on. They had the Harry Potters, fantastic. Put on Harry Potter #1, watched it.
These look like a Harry
Dozed a
Potter
little
hat.
bit. They do look a little bit like Harry Potter hats. Put on the second Harry Potter. So it was the Sorcerer's Stone, and then whatever the other one was, and
Chamber of Secrets.
Chamber of Secrets. I put that on. I doze a little bit. I wake up and follow right along. So nothing I have to like I'm gonna miss if I doze off. And then I go to put something else on, whether my TV went in black altogether. It kept pausing, then it went black, and then it shit out. So I'm looking at Joe's and reading the fucking, thank God he had the subtitles up. So I'm watching his with subtitles.
Oh my God.
Because it was the one, Black Mass, the one with Johnny Depp about Whitey Bulger.
Oh yeah.
Which I've seen. So I'm like leaning over like this, trying to read it. And then I fight with mine for a little while and go back to his. So I watched 2 movies. I forget what the second one was. There were 2, that one and then another one, because I was like, I couldn't watch my television, and I was like, fuckers, and then I just finally gave up and played Mahjong on my. The next movie was not interesting. He watched 3 movies, and I'm just over here with Harry Potter,
my God.
slugging some wine when I could, because I was like, look, I've earned it. Like I ordered when the guy came around the first time, he's like, do you want a drink? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, how about water? I'm like, no, can I have both? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I feel like I've earned this. He goes, oh, you have. He was on my side. He was good, and I like slammed the first glass of wine, and I'm like, I have some more, please, thanks. Thank you.
Oh God, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall when they were back.
So other hostilities. Okay, so German hostilities. Let's see, hostilities in Germany. The smoking was out of control. You have to pay for water, which I knew. Like, you're not supposed to ask for tap water. The tap water there is lovely. We drank it at the hotel all the time.
Yeah,
it's cold.
I mean, did they tell you not to drink it?
You're not supposed to ask for it. Germans like to pay for their water. $9 a bottle. The bottle of water costs more than like our 2 beers, or as much as our 2 beers
Wait a minute.
together.
Why do you have to pay for the water?
I know if you ask for tap water, they might bring it, but they poo-poo you. So I didn't want to be that American asshole that asked for it. But on our last night there, because Joe was sick, it was like, well, we have to go eat something. We'll just go downstairs to the hotel. They have pizza. They have pizza. They have Chicago-style pizza at our fucking hotel. It was fucking good. I'm not gonna. It was good. It was good. It was kind of flatbread, but with like a nice doughy crust.
Oh, that does sound
good. It was good. I always had like mushrooms and like some kind of like thin like ham like stuff. What is it called? Like prosciutto. Yeah. Anyway,
however you say that.
Good. So we ordered water, and she brought us tap water and charged us fucking $5 for the bottle. And she's lucky that I was just tired and just like that, just spent that I was, because I just looked at her. I want to be like, you know what, you fucking whore, really? It's the same water, the same bottle of water we have upstairs in our hotel room, and you're gonna charge me $5 because you filled it. Go fuck yourself. It's fine. It was fine. Yeah, like I was like, can you imagine my father sitting here being charged $9 for a bottle of water?
Stroke.
Yeah. So that was for the big glass one, and then the little glass one was $5. So you might as well just get the big one. I can't. And then our hotel. So our room, they let us check in early, which was very nice. We got there like at noon on that Thursday.
What time was check-in?
Like 3:45 or something. Like, is there any way we can check in? Like, we just want to. Like, I was exhausted. I'm like, I just need to like lay down, whatever. And she goes, well, your room isn't ready, but we have another one if that's okay. Sure, that's okay. Well, this room, careful what you wish for, was next to the fucking stairs. The stairs were metal, by the way. Think like metal, like that mesh metal, you know what I mean?
A lot of noise.
All night long. So you heard everybody come home like at midnight. And then starting at like between 3 and 4 in the morning, people like leaving to go to work or wherever they were going. Because, I mean, it was constantly up and down the stairs. We had a noise machine right over top the noise. It
Why
didn't even matter.
Why did you ask to move?
We were not going to fucking move. It was so loud that like just awake. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? So from now on, I'm going to ask to be on the top floor or like as far away from the stairs as I can be.
Right, because you had a bad scene.
We had that in Salem.
Yeah.
Upstairs, the people above us were like exercising for 2 hours every morning, thundering around the room and slamming around.
You're better than me because I would have gone up and knocked on that door and I would have said, I am sleeping.
Well, that would require me to get dressed and go up, and I wasn't going to do that, although I should have. And then this time I
may have called the front desk too. Like, where people are trying to sleep. Like, this is not appropriate.
Well, you can't stop people from going up and down the stairs.
No, I'm talking about the people above you doing gymnastics or whatever.
I mean, that was ridiculous. What else?
Here's my prize. I got
show
a
your
prize. Is this from Germany or Salzburg?
Salzburg, Austria.
It's Mozart. I got a black pen.
We went to the birthplace of Mozart. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, look at this.
Minus the people that smell like really bad BO, because in some countries, people don't wear deodorant. And those people were visiting Germany and Austria. And so it totally polluted the fucking rooms we're in. And I don't mean to be disrespectful here, but I'm sorry. Like, it stunk so bad. And I even had a cold. And I'm like, oh my God.
It's a smell that makes me gag.
I have a bad gag reflex. So I'm trying not to fucking gag because I don't want to be rude, but I can't even help. Oh, Christ.
I mean, it's one thing to kind of smell when you've been working out at the gym or you're working outside doing yard work. I get that. You're just outside working. But like to go from the day to day. No.
It's horrifying. So I tried to get ahead because then they polluted every room they were in, polluted
I know.
like a bad Italian hoagie. I mean, it was just so bad. Like onions that sat out for a month. I mean, it was so gross.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh God. And even Joe's like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, I know, right? Like, I can't enjoy Mozart's birthplace like this. Like, it's not.
Mozart's rolling over in his grave.
Mozart's rolling over in his grave, yes.
Well, maybe not, because they probably didn't wear deodorant. They just
laid
on the
stuff. I don't know. Like,
perfume.
It was so gross. It was so gross. Yeah.
I didn't order a hoagie, you should have yelled.
I was trying not to be rude. No, it was. But anyway, so Austria was beautiful. We needed more time there, but good trip. Despite Germans are very efficient in some ways, and not so much in other ways. Like they don't queue well. My friends and I were talking about that while we were there. Like we're trying to get into the fucking. Also, you have people from other countries trying to get in too, but like trying to get to the Ferris wheel was like everybody for yourself, like elbows out, like fighting your way to the line.
So they didn't have a line?
No, it was like a mass group.
And none of those corral things, like the...
No, it was a fucking scene. And George was tall, so he was able to like bust ahead, but then there were these two guys that kept busting in front of me, so the three of us kept getting behind them.
No.
And finally I'm like, just let them go ahead. Just let these guys go ahead, because I can't fight in front of them. And they might have heard me. I don't know, because then they were like,
they did hear
are you with them? Yes, we're with him. Why are you trying to get up there with him, you fucktard? Let me stop. So they let us go. Then it was very nice of them to let us go.
Were they English speaking? I mean,
no, they spoke a little bit of English. They were, I believe, Italian, based on the language I was hearing.
Listen up.
Yeah. So, but they were nice then. They were nice about it after they finally, when we kept fighting to get who was going to get next to George. It was them or me, and that was. And they're like, get aggressive. I'm like, I can't get any more aggressive. Like, let me hit him with my cane.
Well, you did have a weapon. Like, you could use that cane. Like, I would have wrapped somebody's ankle with it. Oh, I
tripped over it myself my own a few times.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was, the fucking thing is dangerous.
It could be used as a weapon, though.
It could be.
Did you have trouble going through security with it?
No, I put it up on the thing. On the scanner. The one time. The other time, the guy said I could walk through with it and then set the thing off, and then I had to get
frisked?
I just stand there. They'd frisk me, yeah.
Did they say, I'm going to put my hand here? I love it. They're like, I've been frisked so many times.
No, she didn't say that.
Because, of course, I fit any profile to be bringing in bad things. Okay, now I'm going to put my hand under your breast. I'm going to put my hand on top of your breast.
I didn't have all that.
They're like, do you want a male or a female to, like, pat you down?
Whoever's the fastest.
Finally, I mean, I used to say a woman, and would you like a private room?
Oh, for the love of Christ, when you do a cavity check, just fucking pat me down.
No, but some people want that, and I'm just like... Just do it here.
Yeah. No, she was brief about it. Well, I didn't have anything with metal on me. Like, I wore, like, pants that were, like, stretchy pants type thing. Like, a nice, like...
That's why John doesn't want me to wear, like, a belt and stuff.
Yeah, Joe had to take his belt off. We only had to take our shoes off in the U.S., though. No place else we had to take our shoes off, which was nice.
Well, that's good. Oh. While we were traveling, let me interrupt you. While we were traveling out to Utah, the Patster has flip-flops on. I think they were flip-flops, or they were just like shoes like this, like flats with no socks on. She has to take her shoes off at all the airports we were in, walk through barefoot.
I had to walk through barefoot because I wore my Mary Janes, and I forgot to put socks on. I should look.
When we went out of Philly, she's like, oh, I forgot about this.
Like, so in all of the airports with Philadelphia, that was barefoot. Whoa.
She's like, so on the way back, I need to remember to wear socks.
Yeah.
So she didn't when we got to the Salt Lake City airport.
Well, I didn't put them on either, but then it ended up I didn't take my shoes off. So Joe got... Oh, well, two interesting things happened to Joe. One was that, so we have a luggage scale, right? And so I packed it to make sure when we come home, we could check the bags and make sure they're like evenly dispersed and one is not overpriced because getting stuck with a bag at the airport, they're going to charge you $150 if it's like fucking 8 ounces over. Ask me how I know. So we had the luggage scale, and it folds up, and it's like these 2 handles. So it was folded up, and it went through in the one bag. And
Looks
so,
like nunchucks?
well, they were finally, the woman's like looking, and finally she's like, what is this? And he has to come out and look at the screen. He's like, oh, it's a baggage scale. And she's like, oh, okay. They didn't open it, look. They took his word for it, but okay. The other thing was, so our passports are 9 years old. So and we were, the funny thing, it was like serendipitous that we had our passports out because we have to get them renewed. So we had them out like in August. We got them out, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go to AAA, and we're gonna get new pictures taken. So we had them out, and literally the only reason we didn't go and do it the weekend that we were gonna do it, because we're like, oh, it's gonna be busy. All the old people are there on weekends. Let's wait till next week and go. And then our friend called like that weekend and was like, hey, like, why don't you come with us? I'm like, oh my God, and literally our passports are sitting right here and they're not expired yet. So it's been so long, and Joe and I have lost weight. So they ran Joe's passport through a facial recognition thing here in the United States. Right. Everybody else is like, fuck you, get on the plane, goodbye.
Did he have to put his look into something then? So
he did. He looked into it, and so they had his picture there, and they were looking at the passport, and then the guy ran them both through whatever and was like side by side, and it did whatever, and like, okay, welcome back to the US, you're good to go. But it was yeah, because he looks, I mean, I still look the same. My face is just thinner, but I look the same, but he looks drastically different. So and I know somebody else who lost weight, yeah, and they I mean, like went over her passport with a fine-tooth comb and like, I don't think this is you. And she's like, it's me, like it's me. Like I think she pulled out like another form of ID and was like, look, like, and then like, okay. But that's a cool thing, though. I mean, that's a cool thing.
That's a good thing.
But, can you not ruin my purple? Give me that purple.
It's
pen.
actually mine.
You gave it to me. Did it ruin it?
What? I have to doodle. I like to doodle. Can you get a passport renewed before it's up? Like if your looks changed from?
I don't know. Probably I don't know. But so because we got them out because we wanted to go to Italy next year. Now whether or not we do that, I don't know, because we've been doing a lot of vacationing lately, so that probably is on hold. But either way, they need to be renewed. So I didn't know. My friend told me that we were going to go to Italy in the spring, originally, the spring of 2025, and they expire in August. And she's like, you won't be able to. If they expire within 6 months, you can't travel. They won't let you either out of the country or back into the country or something. I had no idea. So I don't understand why they don't. I mean, so why do they have the expiration date? It's not really a real expiration date. I mean, they should. I had no. If she had not told me that, because she does a lot of travel, I would have no idea. I don't know. Look. It's been a week. I'm exhausted. I mean, I can't possibly sleep enough. It's really something. And I learned, I have a new word. I finally wrote one down. Michelle sent me one of the word of the days. And because I get them a lot. Michael sends them to me, and I hear them, and they're funny, and then I forget to write them down. I'm like, oh, I'll remember, and I don't fucking remember. So this one I listened to, bitchalante. Bitchalante.
Oh, what's that?
That's a vigilant bitch who is only mean to those who deserve it. The other day I was having a little text chat with a friend, and I was somebody pissed me off, and I went to that place. I'm like, look, I'm being an ass, let me stop. And he's like, no. He goes, you're just shady as fuck, and I love it. I'm like, only because I'm pushed to that point. Don't make me fucking mad. Don't push me to have to be an asshole because you're the asshole. Like, I hate it. I'm a nice person, I'm a good person, but don't fuck with me. I do not like to be fucked with. So that was like perfect. I'm like, bitchalante. Yep, I'm only a bitch to those people who deserve that. And it's not many people.
That sounds like...
But I like bitchalante.
That sounds like a Taylor Swift song. I mean, I know she has the word vigilante in one of her songs.
Well, maybe I'll make a fucking poem about bitchalante. Bitchalante. Anyway, so, okay. So
it's almost Halloween.
It's almost Halloween. We're going long here. I mean, we could go long to make up for the fact that we didn't have one last week. And again, I apologize.
But don't wear it. Oh my God, don't wear it like that.
Let me take it off. It's in my... Hang on. Let me pull out one of my...
But I like it. I might have to go home with this.
You're not going home with that. Go buy your own. Here we. Oh, this one matches. Oh, look. Hang on.
So which is hat?
Hang on.
Oh, look at your socks.
Oh, that's fucking cute. And you can't see my olive oil stain on my shirt. I came downstairs and I was putting my lipstick on. And I'm like, what is this? And I looked.
Oh yeah, look.
Olive oil stain, salad dressing every
time.
You
might want to push that back a little bit. You look like a unicorn.
I mean, it's back far. Where do we put it?
There. Better. It looked like a unicorn that was coming out of your head.
Anyway, so Halloween is coming up. Yeah. Did you ever watch that movie with Goldie Hawn?
No.
Well, I started it.
I figured the death becomes her. I got a theme. I got it going.
Well, I was ready for like some of my fun shows on TV, but like Hallmark is not showing the Good Witch Marathon because they're starting Christmas, so I'm hostile. So we were trying to find over the weekend like something. So there are a few movies that Joe has not seen that are Halloween related. They're like scary movies anyway. Like he has not seen Children of the Corn.
No way.
And there's a new Salem's Lot. But I don't know. I vaguely remember seeing the old one. So we might go watch one of those. But then we watched, so this weekend the one that we watched, neither of us have seen, was called The First Omen, which is the prequel to the movie from like 1976 called The Omen with Gregory Peck. So we watched it, and then I was like, I don't understand. Like, how did Satan impregnate this woman? Like, what the fuck? Where did Satan, like, what? I was so confused. I'm texting a friend who she had told me to watch it. It was really good. I'm like, look, I don't understand. I need clarification. Even Joe's like, I don't know. Like, did someone conjure Satan? Like, what happened here? What happened here?
What's happening?
What's happening? So we watched that, and then so last night I was like, well, how about we go back now and watch The Omen, like the original, you know, from with Gregory Peck, 1976. Why don't we go back and watch it? Maybe that'll clarify some shit. Kind of, not really though. Then my friend today, she texted me because she was like, okay, this is what I think. I'm like, okay, because she's like, what are you clear on? I'm like, well, all of it. I mean, like basically all of it. So that I got the clarification. So anyway, so we're gonna just, you know, we watched Hocus Pocus and all that fun.
I watched Hocus Pocus.
So I read that there's a third one.
There is a third Hocus Pocus. There is a third
with like Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker,
Sarah, and the other girl,
Neshaminy.
Yeah, the one that's a dingaling in there.
She like growls like a dog or whatever. Weird. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Well, that's exciting. So when's that coming out? Next?
I don't know. It should be out. Is it out now? I don't know. But speaking of Hocus Pocus, I've watched that a couple times already. So, you know, Freeform, the channel Freeform.
Yes, they have good Halloween stuff on.
Yeah, but every time I turn the goddamn television on to it, Beetlejuice,
Addams Family,
Hocus Pocus. No, not Addams Family.
Nightmare Before Christmas, which I've never seen.
No, it's just been Beetlejuice, Hocus Pocus, and there's another one that's kind of like Beetlejuice. Oh my god!
Well, I think they're playing the hell out of Beetlejuice this year because the new
Beetlejuice 2.
Which Joe and I think I told you this before. We're gonna go see it, and then we watched the original one, like to remember what it was all about and everything before we went to the second one. And after we watched it, I looked at him like, well, if you want to go, we can go. But if you don't want to go,
we'll
wait.
It's been on a lot, and I've only ever seen
like the new one. I don't have to see it. Like I want to see it when it comes out, but I don't need to see it like.
I haven't seen the Addams Family, and I do love those movies because I love Wednesday.
Well, Wednesday is coming out in November, which puts me on the edge because it's like after Halloween, but before it's into my Christmas season then. So I'm like, oh, fuck, I'll have to watch it. But there's a new show that looks scary called The Watchers with I think Dakota Fanning, and that's supposed to be good.
Oh yeah, no, I can't watch that.
I'll watch that.
No, I can't watch that.
I'm trying to think what else. Look,
we usually have Halloweens on. I haven't seen the Halloween.
Oh, they're on all the time. We've watched several of them. We've watched the first one several times. See, I like to drink when we watch scary movies because they're not as scary, except for the the Annabelles. Fuck, I can't watch the fucking Annabelles. They fuck me right up.
And people that have antique dolls in their house should not have antique dolls.
Dolls are fucking terrified. Fucking terrified.
Oh
my god! Oh my god! Why are you screaming?
Because
Jesus Christ! I hope Joe's on that call. While excuse her, while we were traveling,
talking about Annabelle, and you like grabbed me, and I was like, ah.
While we were driving from Munich to Salzburg, there was a very nice looking McDonald's, and apparently McDonald's food there is very good. I've not tried it, but George and Michael were talking about it, and people from Pittsburgh that we met, people from Chicago that were on our trip to Dachau, were all talking about McDonald's, and we should try it. We did not, but anyway. So I'm like looking out the window, like the Bavarian Alps and all the shit, and the beautiful, you know, look at the lake over here and whatever, and then someone said something, George said something about the McDonald's or whatever, and we look over, and there's a giant Ronald McDonald statue coming the fuck out of this McDonald's. Oh my god. There was no way to get a picture, but it was terrifying. I mean, it was fucking terrifying.
Bad clown.
Yeah, right? A lot of things I was terrified of while we were there, like the Ronald McDonald clown, I don't like clowns, heights, and I went on the Ferris wheel. Closed in spaces. I was on a plane twice, and I did not take my Xanax, but I did have drinks. And the fucking little thing on the Ferris wheel, like all
the
like
cabin, the little seat.
I conquered a lot of fears. I conquered a lot of fucking fears over there.
And then suffered from PTSD.
And suffered from PTSD, yes, which I still have a little bit, so it's all good. The Halloweens are on. You have to look for them, but they've been on. We've watched Halloween.
I really like the first one.
I like the first one. We did watch the second one we came on in the middle of it. I was like, oh my God, this is like after my back surgery because she's in the Jamie Lee Curtis is in the hospital and she's alone. And then you see Jason coming. And when I had my back surgery, I was like, there was like a big window and I'm like going down with my walker and I'm like, oh my God, like I hoofed it back to my room. Because it was like all I could think about was Halloween 2.
No.
And we saw bits and pieces of the final one. We saw the tail end of the final one, which I don't ever need to see again. It was on the like last week.
They get worse as they go.
They're awful. I mean, they're fucking awful.
Same with the Friday the 13th.
The first
What's that
one's
guy's
good.
name with the hand?
Jason.
Mike Myers is
Mike
in
Myers
Halloween.
is Halloween. Jason is
I thought it was Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger is Nightmare on Elm Street, which I saw in junior high, and
I saw
Mom and
that
Dad
movie.
said don't watch it.
Well, there's a reason.
Don't interrupt me. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better shut the door. 5, 6, get your crucifix. 7, 8, better stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again. I saw that movie one time, and that song stayed in my head for 40 years. It's been there. More than that. How am I?
Oh,
Okay, less than 40 years. 35 years, whatever. That song, I was camping one year. I started fucking singing it. My parents were like, you have to stop. You have to stop.
I would have
singing it."
slugged you.
That movie fucked me up. Like, Freddy Krueger fucked me up.
Yeah.
And I have not rewatched those. Like, I saw the first one and it terrified me, kind of like the Chucky one too, like Child's Play. I didn't go back and watch any of that. And then last night we were going through the movies looking for The Omen, and Pet Sematary was on there, but I can't do that either because I read that book in junior high. Junior high was like a turning point for me with movies and television. I read Pet Sematary and it fucked me up. And then I saw the movie because it came out too. And the movie fucked me up.
No, I
and
don't
then,
watch
like,
that
you know,
movie.
yeah, little Gage coming back from the dead and whatnot, coming at you with scalp. I can't. Anyway, yeah. So some movies I just can't do. But I do like the spooky ones. I really only like them like this time of year because it's fun for me for Halloween. It's spooky.
Yeah.
And we didn't do any spooky ones between like the traveling because we took a little hiatus from drinking in between our 2 trips because I wanted to be like healthy and whatever. How about I lost weight in Germany? Yeah,
wow.
bitches. It's all the exercise. I mean, because I drank liters of beer every day and ate cheese and pretzels and
And you sweated it out.
I
in the
sweated
airport.
out in the airport. Yes, and I had wine 2 nights that we were there. I had wine at dinner.
Look at that.
And I lost the weight. Yeah, I should hoof it through airports all the time. Or do we just get more exercise?
The picture you sent me looked like you were having a stroke.
Yeah, I sent her a picture. It was awful. I mean, it's red in the face and like sweat coming down. It was awful. I mean, I'd been on like a full on marathon. Christ. Anyway, so
I like my hat. I'm taking it out.
hey, look, I brought my tissue box out because I'm getting
Oh,
my
isn't that cute? I want one.
George brought me this from Wegmans. Wegmans had them. Isn't it the cutest? Look, and Joe got fresh flowers yesterday at the grocery store.
Very fall.
Very
pretty.
fallish. I said, just get carnations or something cheap because they last forever. And he's like, well, I got these. He goes,
Their
"These-"
mums are.
They're like, yeah, I know, right? They're like long mums, though. How does that work? These aren't mums. These are some kind of daisies, but these are mums.
Yeah.
Long mums.
I bought mums. I bought mums to put outside.
Well, I mean, our tomatoes are still. We have a fucking tomato crop out back that's still crazy. So I came back last week. It's amazing how many I had left. But the thing is like you just, first of all, from the drought, and also like they need to be picked. Like I just touch the plant and they fall off, and I can't. It's on a raised bed, and I can't like get in to like get them. So I just fucking phone ringing, house phone.
Has have the
Political
squirrels?
calls, I'm
the
sure.
squirrels?
The squirrels left me a lot. They ate what fell, but they left what was on the vines. But
Well,
it's a
that's
ton.
good.
But then today we had this like fucking windstorm going on outside, so I'm
Yeah.
sure any tomatoes that need to be picked just like blew the fuck off.
It is really windy out. It has my gates
Sorry for the
flapping.
phone ringing. I can't. There's nothing I can do about it. But
My
it's
gates are flapping. I need to
fucking political calls.
lock them. Oh my god, the political calls, people.
3 more weeks. It's fucking done. So we're
I
coming up on our 50th episode soon.
I know.
Like maybe the week of Halloween, maybe, or we'll have to figure. I don't know, this is either 47 or 48. You gotta get your nail. Well, that's bad now. You gotta stop picking the polish off. The other one. Wow. I gotta do mine. I desperately need to do mine.
Wait, I had a phone call today from Nebraska.
From who?
Twice. The phone rang twice, and it just said wireless caller with a 402 area code. I'm like, I didn't answer
So
it
you
the
looked it up
first.
to see who it was from.
I didn't answer
Oh.
it the first time, and the second time I was like, it's got to be a political call. Your phone just triggered that memory of mine. I was like, it's got to be a political call. So then I see I have a voicemail. It's one of my stationery shops that I shop with in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Did you win something?
No, telling me that they were out of something that I ordered.
Oh, that was not. They just call you directly. Nice.
Yeah. In Lincoln, Nebraska.
Nice.
Yeah, they were out of stock on something.
I don't answer the phone if I don't know the number.
No, I only listened to the message and then I called back.
I had a foreign call the other day. I'm like, I'm like, we're just in Germany. Like, I don't know, maybe it was the airport. I don't know who it was. I did not answer it. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm not answering this phone. Nope.
No.
So anyway, all right. Well, we're at like oh my god, we're at an hour 24. We're at an hour 24. We're gonna wrap this fucker up. So anyway,
we'll see you next week.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. And sorry for the there isn't one. Like, when did I post the other one? It was last week.
You posted it a little early. I remember.
Well, because we had a delay between them, though.
Right, but some reason it just seemed early to me.
I don't remember. We were out, and I came in, and I posted it.
You said it was taking forever.
I posted it from Germany. And then I before I went to bed, it all runs. The last month is like one big, like, it just all kind of bleeds together.
Imagine.
It's a lot going on, like, travel and.
Have you done your laundry yet?
I did 2 loads yesterday. It was the laundry from being away. Yeah. I have other laundry to do, like my Halloween pajama pants.
I hate the laundry coming out.
I hate the laundry. Well, which reminds me, I have to call the dryer repair guy because.
Oh yeah.
The dryer in the basement isn't working, so I have to use the stackable. And yes, we have 2. And so the stackable is like smaller, so I have to do smaller loads of laundry. I was doing the big loads of laundry in the basement and then hauling it up here to dry it, but then let's just fuck it. Just doing the stackable and first world problems. Anyway, okay, so that's a wrap, and we'll be back. So we should have 2 episodes left then before Halloween.
Yeah,
which is exciting. We have 2 more for Halloween, so. Maybe we'll bust out some costumes or something.
I can't believe it's almost halfway through October.
I can't believe that like we're almost done with this year. I mean, I said this the other day, like, I've lived a lifetime in the last like 6 months. Like,
you have.
I mean, like, it's like a whirlwind. Like, I started the year and like I couldn't fucking move, and then I had a surgery, and then after the surgery, it's just been like we've been like lived a lifetime. Like, we've just traveled again and done like all the things that we've just been missing out on for years. I mean, this was the first time I was on a plane since before COVID. Yeah, like, I had to Google shit because I'm like, I mean, the last time I was on a plane was 2019, so I mean, it's fucking been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, what's new since? And Joe's flown once or twice for work, but not out of the country.
Right.
I mean, this is the first time I've flown and been out of the country since before COVID. So yeah, we've just been. I mean, just. Like, I hate to say no to something, because we've not done anything.
Well, it was a good time
for so long because I couldn't do it. And then, plus like COVID was in there, and so like we couldn't go places, and then my back just went to such shit that I couldn't do it. So now it's like, fuck it, let's go.
I got the back pain.
Get the back. Oh, get the back. Get the back.
Okay. On that note, we're gonna go.
On that note, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.